Children are likely to live up to what you believe of them. Lady Bird Johnson. A lot of educators and parents ask me constantly about how to make public speaking commonplace with kids. Brendan, how do we coach our kids on how to master public speaking? So if you're a parent or an educator, even a kid watching this, I'm going to share with you in this week's episode of Master Talk 3 easy ways for you to teach your kids how to master the art of public speaking. Hi everyone, my name is Brendan. I'm the founder of Master Talk, a YouTube channel I started to help the world master the art of communication and public speaking. And today we're covering 3 communication lessons that I apply to a lot of the kids I coach so that you can too. So let's get into it. Number 1, presenting back books and topics of interest. The key to children is actually pretty simple. You want to tie the incentive for what they want out of life, what they care about, and what they want to present on. So for example, one of the clients that I coach, who's 10 years old, really wants a dog and really wants his parents to get him a dog. So what I told him is I said, how can we link what you want, what they want? And then he built a presentation around his passion for dogs. He put a bunch of effort, a lot of passion, and a lot of energy to what he was doing. And guess what? He ended up getting the dog. So what's the point here? The point is, as educators and teachers, we need to make public speaking more fun and entertaining for the next generation of leaders, because our education system doesn't make presentations fun. We sit in a classroom all day, we have to present topics that we don't really care about, and it's not exciting for kids to talk about history or sciences or math. Instead, we want to focus the conversation on what do you care about? What do you value? And how can we make a presentation around that? That's why topics of interest, things that you're passionate about, whether it's your first day of school, if you're a 7-year-old, or learning from soccer, or your favorite sport, or books that you like to read. Frame your presentations around that and have your kids and the people that you teach present in that way so that they'll be 10 steps closer to mastering their talk. Number 2, force them to build a case for the things that they want. Look, it's a bit of a teaser. I'm not gonna have kids for a long time, but when I do, and they want something from me, whether it's a chocolate bar or a video game, I'm going to force them to present why they need the thing. So they're gonna build a presentation and they're gonna present it back to me. And if they don't do a good job, I won't buy them the thing. And what's great about this is it creates an amazing dialogue between parents, kids, and educators. Because so many of us as educators put kids in a box. We say, these are the orders, this is what you need to do, this is how you need to think about it. But there's so many things that I've learned personally from 7-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 15-year-olds, and the like. And as educators, we need to be more open-minded about what they think, what they value, what they're trying to achieve in their presentation. And through a series of questions, we're able to not only refine their communication skills, but also make it a win-win for them and give them a reward for all of the hard work that they put into their presentation. Whether it's a chocolate bar, a video game, or just something that they like that will last for a lifetime, like communication skills. And finally, number 3, have kids get involved in extracurricular activities and ask them the right questions about public speaking. What's amazing about getting involved, whether it's a sports team, a social meet, a swim group, a book club, is that it forces children to interact and socialize with other people. And usually the older the better, because it forces them to think through problems and explain in a lot more details what they're thinking about. And another way of developing that line of thinking, besides going to a sports club or a debate club, which I highly recommend you do with your children and the educators that you speak to, but rather asking them questions. What do you think are some of the benefits of your project in your presentation? How do you think this is going to impact others? How can we change this presentation to make it more entertaining for the audiences around us? One of the secret sauces of my coaching programs for kids is that I treat them as if they're the same age as me. There's entrepreneurs in my class. There's amazing presenters. There's teachers. There's educators. Even if they're 10 years old, they actually present a lot better than a lot of the CEOs and executives I've coached because they have an open mind. They're open to new ideas. So as we introduce them to different extracurricular activities, they start to gravitate towards it. And if you can link communication with those extracurricular activities, you'll be so much more successful as an educator trying to get kids to get better at communication. It's hard to get a kid to say, so kid, you're gonna be having a job in 10 years, and in that job, you need to be really good at communication. It's much easier for an 8-year-old kid who's playing soccer to say, well, Billy, what do you think is the difference between a soccer player and a soccer captain? Then Billy goes on to explain that soccer captains need to manage their teams, need to talk to their players. So then the only question left for Billy is, do you want to be a soccer player or a soccer captain? And that choice is entirely Billy's. As Lady Bird taught us, children live up to the expectations that we set them. So if we believe in them, if we treat them as our equals, they will live up to our expectations and they will deliver because of the positive environment that we give them as educators. And if you can do that successfully, you'll have kids in your class presenting much better than the principal of the high school. I guarantee you that. As always, if you enjoyed this week's episode of MasterTalk, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well to see more videos like this. And if you know one person who's a kid, but rather an educator, send them this video so that they'll be one step closer to teaching public speaking to the world. Be well, everyone, and take care.